Welcome back. We hope you were with us earlier for GPS Tracking Academy, and now it's the Drill Down Show, a much more succinct version of GPS Tracking Academy, talking about one particular aspect of the system. And today, along with Rich Davis, I'm Mark Bravo, and it is device placement. We are going to take you through basic installation, and you're going to see it. We're going to have video from Jeremy Toms, our head of installation here at US Fleet Tracking. First, I want to give you some prerequisites to the show. You've got just some extra information here reminding you we've got a crackerjack tech support staff here. The hours of 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Central Time, Mondays through Fridays, and 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Central on Saturday. And as you see, that number is 405-726-9900. Remember social media. We're most active here at US Fleet Tracking. Edwin and Brian do a great job with that. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. You've got all those options, lets you know what's going on here, and gives you a chance to give us feedback. Also, you can give us feedback via those surveys you get when you register for the show. We would appreciate that greatly. Won't take long, and actually we have used suggestions from you, our clients, our prospective clients, to change some of the features we offer in the system. If you want to see some recorded shows, some archived videos, that's youtube.com/usfleettracking, youtube.com/usfleettracking. And once again, we're every other Friday here with GPS Tracking Academy and the Drill Down Show. So now, for basic installation, we are going to take it over to our resident expert in the installation department, Jeremy Toms.
Hello, this is Jeremy with US Fleet Tracking. Today we'll be going over some basic installation tips over an ATV3. Let's take a look at the device. On an ATV3, you will have 6 wires in the harness. The 3 wires will be your basic hookup. Your red is your constant to battery source. Black is chassis ground or framework. And white is ignition source. It is a must that you hook up to an ignition source. This performs a 10-second update when it's in motion. Now you will notice that there are 3 other wires. The white wire with the blue tracer is not used, so you can kick that out of the way. The green wire is actually an output source. You can use it as horn honk, unlock feature, or starter disable. The blue wire is classified as PTO or panic. That is used as an input. You can hook it to a switch or light bar or anything else that you may have an idea for to hook up in your vehicle. Now that we've gone over the device, let's look at a couple tools that you may need to perform the installation. Definitely a drill, Phillips bit, 7, 8, or 10 millimeter preferably, depending on the vehicle. Flashlight as well. Crimpers, pliers, strippers will also help perform the functions needed depending on the wires that you're using. Pry tools and pry bars. Pry tools should be preferably plastic. Try not to use any screwdrivers to pry up plastic parts in these vehicles. It will leave marks and you do not want to damage your vehicle. A razor knife to cut away any tape or sheeting to get to the accessible wires that you might need. A screwdriver as well. You just never know what you will have to use that for. When it comes to testing wires, it is always recommended to use a computer-safe test light or power probe. Try not to use a bulb test light like the old days because it could pop an airbag or pop a code on the vehicle and you do not want that. And a power probe will definitely be your best friend as well. The voltmeter is a little bit different. It just shows you the voltage. The power probe does the same thing. And maybe some rubbing alcohol to clean surfaces, and that should be what you need. And now that I've moved my interior panels and identified the 3 wires, now it's time to place the device in the dash. Now the placement is pretty crucial. The top side is the antenna side, so you always make sure that's facing up or out. Now when you put it inside the vehicle, always try to put it as high in the dash as possible, either behind the instrument cluster or around the top section. You can even place them in the A-pillar right here that runs along the windshield. Now, it'll transmit through any fiberglass or plastic. It just will not transmit through anything metal. So we're going to go ahead and put the unit in and make our power connections. If you have questions or you're concerned about where to put the unit and the connections itself in the vehicle, always call tech support or a mechanic that you have, or you can even get a hold of me and I'll try and help you work through it. Let's put the unit inside. And now let's take a look at the installation of an ATV3 Pro. Black wire, chassis ground. Red wire is constant battery source. White wire is ignition source. It is crucial to hook this wire up. This will allow you to have 10-second updates in motion. The blue and the orange are PTO wires. The blue is panic that you can use as light bar or switch. The orange wire you can use however you'd like as well. The yellow wire is unlock feature. The green wire is starter disable. And the brown wire is horn honk. And now let's take a look at some tools you may need to install the ATV3 Pro. Drill, Phillips tip, bits that you may need to get nuts out, flashlight, wire crimpers, strippers, and pliers, depending on the wires you're needing, pry bars, screwdriver, razor knife to cut away tape or fabric, pry bars to pull any kind of pieces up that you don't damage the interior of the vehicle. When it comes to testing wires in the vehicle, try to use a computer-safe test light. That way you don't damage any kind of circuitry in the vehicle. If you use a bulb test light, you could pop an airbag. Preferably a voltage meter or a power probe. Now let's do the install. In this application, the customer has requested the use of an ATV3 Pro. This device was designed for heavy equipment and construction vehicles such as that, but we're going to utilize all the features in this application. The unit itself is bigger than most of our other lineup, but it does have a longer extended battery life inside of it. So we're going to still try and place it as high in the dash as possible. And every vehicle might be different, so it might be a little harder to get this that high up in the dash. Now that I have already found all of my power connections, let's go ahead and install this device. Now let's take a look at the NTV3. When you open the box, you will see the unit itself, the wire harness, and the antenna. Now let's take a look at the wire harness itself. On the NTV3, there's still a 3-wire basic hookup. Black is chassis ground or framework. White is ignition source. Red is battery constant. It is crucial to hook up the white wire. This will allow you to have 10-second updates in motion. On the other side of the harness, you'll notice all these other wires. We're really only going to look at 6 of them. The green wire is used as starter disable. The brown wire is used as horn honk. The yellow wire is used as unlock. We'll have blue wire as panic, PTO. This will allow you to hook up to a switch or light bar, depending on your preference. The orange, gray, and purple wires are also used as PTO, but they will be only in report form. Now some of the tools you may need for this installation: drill, flashlight, pry tools, wires, strippers, crimpers, pliers, screwdriver, pry tools, razor knife, test light. Make sure it's a computer-safe test light and not a bulb test light. That way you don't do any damage to the vehicle, or power probe. Well, let's get to the install. Now that I've removed my interior panels on the bottom of the dash, we're going to install our NTV3. This antenna placement will be higher in the dash than the device itself. That really does allow some versatility with the unit. You can put the unit and the wiring down low while mounting the antenna up high. Now, it's critical on the antenna itself. It does say this side up towards the sky. So this unit can be placed anywhere in the top of the dash as long as it's under any kind of plastic or ABS plastic, fiberglass such as that. You can put it behind the cluster or anywhere up in the A-pillar, or even mount it straight to the glass. Once you've found your location on that, you can run the wires down to the placement of the box, make the connections, and we're going to hook up everything such as unlock, starter disable, and horn, so the customer is happy with their install. Now let's get busy. On the OBD3 application, the installation is very simple. Once you locate your OBD port on the vehicle, you're just going to plug and play. The unit itself is the female side, the car has the male side, but on every manufacturer, the location may be different. They are usually located underneath the driver's side of the dash. They may even be in the kick panel down here, and they may even have a door on it. If it does have a door and the OBD port's behind it, it may require a Y cable, which allows you to keep the OEM specific area, put the unit on the other side of the Y cable, and it won't protrude out through the door to where your door is always open. Now once we install the device, it's as simple as that. start enjoying it. We check for our lights to make sure that we have power. Now we're in business. And now we're going to look at a PTV3 Pro. The unit itself is self-contained with an extended battery backup. This unit is actually great for assets or vehicles that are not hardwired. It's easy placement, and it still allows you to track the device whenever it's in motion. Now let's do the install. Now we're going to be talking about placement of the PTV3 Pro. On trailers, it is pretty crucial to make sure that you actually get the unit on framework of the trailer, but underneath or on top is up to you. If you put it underneath the trailer, make sure that you put it facing down towards the ground, or it does face out away from the trailer to get the signal out. Once you locate your position, this 80-pound magnet is strong. It will pull out of your hand, and you will know that it is stuck. Just try not to put it on any kind of sheet metal or thin metal to where it will fall off. Once you have your desired location, just set it and you're ready to go. Now it's time to be tracked. If you have any questions about your install, just give the technical support hotline a call. They can walk you through any troubles that may have arisen. Other than that, have a good day.